stoked on being called a fuckboy, but I know lots of dudes who, by definition could be considered one.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Strangers in Passing. The goal of the podcast is to speak to as many people with as many different experiences as possible. If you think about it, we meet different people all the time, even if it's just for a minute. So it could be a friend of a friend or just even the cashier at the grocery store. This podcast episode, surprisingly, is a bit different from the others you'll hear this season. Recently, I experienced what other people would refer to as a, quote, fuckboy. I wanted to get into the brain of a so-called fuckboy so I could think about this experience and why this happened. So I turned to the only guy I could think of that I was friends with that might have the same experience, Leland. Leland has always had a way with the ladies, most likely because of his bad boy appearance and his sweet and charming personality. No lie, Leland is one of the guys you see in movies who always gets the girl, all the time. But I appreciate Leland as he's straight up. He says what he's thinking and he's very much what you see is what you get. And yes, he's been labeled a fuckboy by girls, so who better to ask these questions to? Leland, the reason why I wanted you to be on this podcast is your experience with women. So I know from knowing you that you have a lot of experience with the ladies. Is that correct?
I have a little bit, I guess, yeah. I mean, it's all relative, but...
Are you on Tinder?
I'm not.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Okay, so when you were on Tinder, did you ever feel the need to take, like, a shirtless picture?
No, I don't feel that conceited.
Do you think guys who take topless pictures are, like, those are the ones that just want to hook up? Or do you think those are the ones looking for relationships? Or why do you think they do that?
That's a weird question. I don't know. I think it's because most people, especially dudes, don't even understand women. So they just think that if they have abs, like that's the fucking tits, but most of them are stupid.
Yeah. No,
I think that's just their way of, say, maybe breaking the ice without saying anything.
And then why do guys take selfies in mirrors in the bathroom? Like, don't they know that they can, like, put their phone somewhere and put it on timer or whatever?
I don't know. Don't most women do that?
I don't know, because I've never looked at girls on Tinder. That's a good point.
Yeah, actually, I would say I'd say like 75 to 80% of most pictures on Tinder, Bumble, or any of those sites are all mostly like mirror pictures or like women above their head, like their hands are above.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like an aerial shot.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But I don't know. I don't think dudes I didn't even know that you could fucking take pictures from, distance without holding your phone. So maybe that's why.
Maybe they're just not as
I'm not technology savvy. So
have you ever had luck on a dating app before? Like, have you met someone that you actually wanted to date long term, I guess?
No.
Okay. How did you meet because you're single now?
I am.
How did you meet your previous girlfriend?
That's a funny question. She was actually my daughter's babysitter.
Oh.
Okay. You gotta tell the truth, right?
Yeah. I have another question about dating profiles.
Okay.
Why do all guys say they like being active and outdoorsy and going hiking, but then when you actually hang out with them and date them, all they want to do is sit on the couch? And I'm sure girls are like this too, don't get me wrong, but
probably. I don't know. I've actually never said that before. I mean, as you can tell by who I am as a person, I'm pretty sure that'd be a bold-faced lie if I say I like to go hiking.
Okay.
I'm an armchair coach, so I don't really do much sports anymore.
I'm going to ask you about fuckboy. So online, it describes a type of guy who heavily relies on his dick rather than his brain in making judgments, especially when it comes to interacting with women.
Okay.
Have you ever been referred to as a fuckboy?
I have, yeah. In fact, I was just called a fuckboy this week.
Okay, why though?
I don't know. I think because if, it's the same thing when men see that a woman fucks around, they call her a slut, but when dudes fuck around, they're fuck boys.
So is it like the new term for player?
I would say so, yeah.
Being a fuck boy, Leland.
I'm not one. Fuck.
So you're not a self-described fuck boy.
I don't believe so, no.
You're just like, because I'm all for like going out and hooking up and having fun and nothing serious.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah, so should we still use that term fuck boy if you're just like, that's what you want?
I don't know. Like, I don't know too many men who would probably be stoked on being called a fuck boy, but I know lots of dudes who, by definition, could be considered one.
Okay, so this is my thing with fuckboys. I think a fuckboy is the dude who isn't very upfront about wanting to just hook up. I think he's the one who wants to make plans with you and pretend he wants to get to know you, but then just get in your pants and leave.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So then why
not enough dudes are upfront about it?
Yeah, why can't dudes just be upfront about it?
Because I don't think they have. I think they want to try and lure someone.
Oh.
By, say being who they're not, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah. So
which is why maybe all these people on Tinder, like you say, describes themselves as active and hiking, but really they don't do shit. They get shit-faced on a Friday night trying to pick someone up at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Do you think a fuckboy is the same as a bad boy? Or are they completely different?
I don't know. I'm not a bad boy. No, obviously there's difference, right? Like, fuckboys can be little nerds too, I'm sure, right?
I'm just saying, if I saw you on Tinder, I would put you in the bad boy category.
Ah, you're a sweetie.
I think just because you have tattoos and, I don't know. I
look like a scumbag.
Yeah, and I like scumbags, but don't get me wrong. But
lots of women do.
I think that's women's problem.
Yeah, maybe that's it too. But you can be like a good scumbag and not be a complete degenerate, but still, have scumbag qualities.
Right.
It's all about walking that line, right?
Yeah. What would you refer to someone like that as?
Me.
As Leland.
Yeah.
Have you ever encountered a fuck girl?
Yeah, absolutely.
What would you describe as a fuck girl?
Just getting played. Sometimes, men have feelings too, so you kind of expect maybe there could be something more, and then you realize you don't get a call back and you're blocked, and then you're like, did you like me? Was I that bad in bed? You're like, fuck this.
Do you guys actually feel that way?
I think it's all relative to each individual, but I think some dudes have no one likes getting turned down, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm sure it would break someone's ego.
Do you think that, okay, so I have one past experience yesterday, actually. I started to get to know this guy through text from Tinder, and he was so nice, and we made plans, and then I never heard from him, and he was like, after dinner, I'll text you and we can meet up and stuff. And then I never heard from him all night, and I still never heard from him. Why do people, I guess in general, in your experience, sweeten someone up and then they don't hang out with them, and then they
easy answer is that it's an ego boost. Once you already could. You know what I mean? It's it's in a way of putting it, it's almost like you already won or you already got them without doing it. So I would say it's more of an ego boost.
But wouldn't you want to get laid?
Yeah, you'd think so, but maybe he's just he's already know he's got it, but maybe when push comes to shove, he's not that good.
Oh, okay.
But if he's good with words, then maybe.
See, this is why
I'm not saying that's me. You know what I mean? Because I actually go out and do the job. So.
You're with a girl right now, right?
I am with a friend. Yeah.
Okay, so she's just a friend?
She is.
What does she think of you? Does she think you're a fuckboy?
She actually, called me a fuckboy this week.
Why did she call you a fuckboy?
Because she knows my past. Much like you.
Do you think you can change from being, I know that people can change in general, but, do you think you'll always have fuckboy tendencies for the rest of your life?
No, because I think I'm pretty genuine, and I'm, really upfront about what I want, and I have nothing to hide. So, if I'm looking for something more, then that's what I discuss, right? I want to just get laid, then that's easy enough to say and do, right? But
yeah,
I don't think I'm a fuckboy, but maybe people perceive it that way.
I think because you're genuinely a nice person or a nice guy, that it can come off as fuckboyish.
Yeah,
so
potentially.
Need to be mean, but then girls would like that.
Yeah, I've no problem being a dick either.
So how do you meet girls now if you aren't on dating apps? Like, do you go to the bar and stuff?
No, not anymore. I don't go out to the bar all that often now. I'm, mostly concerned about work and stuff. So usually I would find it's probably meeting people through other people that you already know.
Do you have any words for fuckboys out there?
Yeah, quit being nerds and just say what you want. It's that simple. If you just say what you want, I guarantee you it'll work way better.
Okay, but then you get the girls who aren't straightforward like that either, and they're like, no, I don't want to just like hook up. Let's like go for dinner and hang out, and I want to get to know you.
Yeah, and then they just like a nice free dinner. There's nothing wrong with that either. You gotta play to your strengths, right?
Right, that's true. How old are you?
29.
Okay. So do you think, like, because you're getting to that age, your friends on Facebook are probably like getting married and all that shit.
Yeah.
Is that something you want for yourself in the future?
The older I get, the more inclined I am to want that, yeah.
Can a girl change a fuckboy?
I don't think anybody can change anybody. I think, someone's going to be who they are no matter what. I mean, you can try to blind it and mask it for a certain period of time, but eventually who they are is going to fucking, show through anyways. And maybe like people can mature, but I don't think people can fully change.
No, that makes sense. So last question. Told you it would be quick. I was going to say something, but I won't.
You can go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, is it a sexual reference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Last question. We're talking to a stranger and you had one tip to give them.
Everything you do, just fucking go into it 100%.
Just gonna send it.
Just gonna fucking send it. It doesn't even matter. If you're getting drunk, you might as well get blasted.
Is that how you live your life, Leland?
Yeah, that's where I'm at in my life. That's why I am who I am.
Alright friends, that's all I have for you this episode. Special thanks to Leland for giving honest answers to my super obnoxious questions. If you want to chat with me between episodes, you can follow me at @HelloBeverly, that's Beverly with an L-E-Y, on all social media. You can learn more about Strangers in Passing and catch earlier episodes at strangersinpassing.com, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes. Next time you see an unattractive stranger, why not go up to them and say hello? Unless, of course, you have fuckboy or fuckgirl radar, then maybe run away. Far, far away. Bye!